Oh, hello, Brother Respect here. And if you've ever watched my channel, then you know two things. That I love food, and I love retro video games. If you're like me and you live in a smaller town and you don't have access to a local video game shop, then chances are your Goodwill or your thrift store or your pawn shop is pretty well picked clean of retro video games. Now, a couple of years ago, a coworker of mine innocently asked me if I've ever heard of a website called ShopGoodWill.com. And then she proceeded to show me some jewelry in which she had purchased for a fair price. And little did you know the absolute monster you would create. Shop Goodwill is essentially an eBay for Goodwill items. While I use it for retro games, there's like literally everything on this website. And last year there was a Nintendo game lot for sale where keen-eyed shoppers discovered a copy of Little Samson in there, which is one of the rarest Nintendo games ever made. And while the auction is no longer available to view, this website here says it garnished $2,000 in auctions in one day. Now, not everything is that expensive, and before we get into my pickups here, there are a couple disclaimers that I would like to set out there first. First, the website isn't that great, and the app isn't much better. They both need a little bit of loving. The site only tracks back 180 days, and then it removes the auction information. You can download all of like an Excel file of all of your information, which is right there, or maybe right there, wherever I put it. And that just shows the basic information. That just shows the item description, how much you paid for it, the date, and so on that topic, I'll do my best to show proof of auctions and prices paid and everything, but some of the information just isn't there, but I will do my best. And the second item is that items are only tested for power and not functionability. They're very transparent about this. On every auction you go to, there will be a disclaimer saying this has only been checked for power. It doesn't check for functionability and or authenticity. So if you do bid on a big item like Little Samson, please beware that it very well could be a repro. Now, one of my first purchases when I first got onto this website was this right here for the PlayStation, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 4, Wall of Fire. It's not complete in box. The manual is missing. The box is a little beat up, but the disc is in a really pristine condition. And I don't know, I just really like these big box PS1 games. I feel like they're getting rarer, and they were rare even back when PlayStation was a thing. So I'm happy to have this in my collection. I think I paid like 25 bucks for this total. Now, after getting my feet wet, I plunged head first, and for $97.37, I bought this Nintendo DS XLi. It came with this case, a charging cable. It came with games and a stylus, which is right here. And not long after this, for $48.86, I was able to secure this Nintendo Wii. And while it didn't come bundled with any games, it did come with 2 Wiimotes and all the hookups I need to enjoy this system. Now, after all the consoles, I pivoted over to buying game bundles, specifically for the original Xbox. I've acquired over 32 various games over various bundles, including this one right here, where I was looking through the pictures and I happened to spot out of the corner of my eye a loose copy of Capcom vs. SFK SFZ Chaos. It is a loose copy, but the disc is in pristine condition, and the entire bundle cost me $18 plus shipping and handling. And my prized pickups for the Xbox so far are these: a sealed Xbox DVD playback kit and 1 sealed copy of Dead to Rights for the original Xbox. It still has the original Xbox seal of approval, and it even still has this back flap thingy on the back here where you would pop this up. It doesn't want to pop up on me, but you would pop that up enough, you would hang it on the wire there. I don't know if you knew this, for the original Xbox, it had a DVD player that was rendered useless until it detected one of these bad boys. You put a DVD in there and it says, sorry, we can't do this unless you have the DVD playback kit. Neither one of these are very valuable. However, I feel like sealed items for any retro console are getting rarer and rarer. And so I think these are 2 really cool things to add to the collection. And I paid a combined $21 plus shipping and handling for both of these. So Now I pivoted back to consoles, and this is where tragedy first struck me. Going back to that second disclaimer I gave about them only testing for power, I purchased a Sega Genesis bundle for $46.60, including shipping and handling, and I got to enjoy this for 72 hours before it pooped out on me. I think it's going to be an easy fix. I have power, it just doesn't display anything to the TV, so I think that might be an easy fix, maybe some easy soldering I need to do back there. However, it was kind of a bummer, so this just kind of goes on the shelf until I find time to get in there and fix things. However, a few months later, I would go on to win this original Nintendo for $72.36, including shipping and handling. It also included 2 controllers, a light gun, and a copy of Knight Rider. This works amazingly, and I play it almost every single day. So in the end, it's a pretty nice service if you're someone like me who doesn't really have the means or easy access to buying retro games aside from eBay or other reseller websites. And sometimes you're able to score a pretty nice deal. Always remember to be the reason somebody smiles, and we'll see you next time. Ta-ra.